Hey, what's up, anime fans? This is your boy, Raysean from the Raysean Gadson Anime Podcast, or RGAP for short. And on today's episode, we're continuing our Dragon Ball Z marathon, covering episodes 150 to 160, the introduction of Perfect Cell. We'll be giving 5 likes and also 1 dislike. If you heard we, then you know we have a co-host on today's episode. But before I introduce them, if this has your attention, then sit back and enjoy the ride. Before we get started, I just want to allow my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, basically tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and tell us, so far, who would you consider the MVP? Who do you think has been keeping the Earth safe and basically not being taken over by the androids as of right now?
This is Josh from Dad's Anime Stash, the number one Digimon YouTube podcast, the podcast every Sunday. You can find us at Dad's Anime Stash, wherever you look for that. I mean, like, who do I think is keeping people from taking over, keeping the androids from taking over? No one. Cell, I guess.
True. I guess that's a good argument on that one.
I mean, no one's put up a fight.
It's funny that you say that, because it's like people have been trying to kind of hold the androids and stuff down, and it took me a few minutes to kind of think on this question, because when I was like, oh, okay, you got little people that's been trying to kind of keep the Earth from actually blowing up. Because I mean, you got like Future Trunk. Future Trunk's been he tried to keep Cell from getting to the androids and stuff like that. The person that I actually chose for this one, you're probably gonna think it's kind of funny because he's one of the weaker Z fighters, but I feel like he really showed his ass in these few episodes. Yep. I had to give it to my boy Tien.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tien did what he had to do, even though it was literally a life or death situation, literally hitting him with all those Neo tri-beams.
Neo tri-beam.
Mm-hmm. Basically keeping him from trying to get to the androids, but all he really was doing is pushing them further and further into the hole that he was creating, not really doing any damage, but he was keeping them there for as long as he will. One thing I will say about these androids, and really about this whole arc, it's something about people telling you somebody's coming after you that just make people be like, you know what, let me just play my ass and just be in the public. Because for some reason, people do not understand to run, disappear. Like, it's so crazy, because the amount of like explanation they got to give to Android 18 after she done seen her brother get absorbed, it's like crazy to me. Like to me at that point, it's like, bitch, you might as well just get absorbed. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, what'd you think about that, Android? I mean, what'd you think about that?
I'm not an android. No, you're right. If I'm going to pick someone, but are you considering Cell one of the androids?
Yeah, I guess you could. See, Cell is different because you can sense Cell, and I guess that's one thing that's different about the other androids is that you can't sense them. So I guess he got to have some type of human component to him or something. That's why I'd be like, I don't know. I feel like people don't give Dr. Gero his props, because if you can create something like that, like you damn near created life. But I guess it's kind of hard to be like, is it Gero or was it the computer? But then it's like, did Gero build the computer? Like, you know what I mean?
Gero built the AI that made the computer, but he also built Hellfighter 17. So you got to give him that.
True. One thing else I want to talk about that is Krillin. Man, I don't even know what to say about my boy Krillin, man. I just feel like for a person who so hyped up to go get the remote from Bulma, flies super fast, to be the person that literally destroys the remote when you have the perfect opportunity because of a kiss you got a few episodes ago, and the character that you're fucking sipping on doesn't even realize, like, why are you even treating her nice? Like, she like, what the fuck? Why are you even like saying hi to me right now? Type shit.
She doesn't want him.
Yeah, just to be, like, if this question was, who do you think really caused the Cell to get to his perfect form, man, it's whew.
There's a comedy of errors, dude. A lot of people threw in there to make it happen.
It's like, okay, I get Vegeta. Vegeta, bullshit. He deserved his ass for what happens to him. Krillin, man, I like that what he gets at the end of this episode because it kind of makes you like, this is you low key deserve that. But I do like the fact that Krillin takes what happens in this situation as like, you know what, I can't not compete in the Cell games because you got like Yamcha and Tien, they like, we'll go, but we ain't stepping in. And that always kind of pissed me off. Like, how can hey, what do you
No,
mean?
come on, man. Get off of Tien's back. He's done enough.
And I guess if you think if we go on that route, I guess Yamcha did too a little bit because it's like them the ones that took a lot of damage throughout these whole Android arcs. Because that man literally
traumatized.
He's like, man, y'all can handle
go
this.
Play baseball again.
I ain't trying to get another fucking hand through the chest. Oh Lord, I forgot who makes a joke about that. Like, oh, it's Oolong. Hey, he's like, you go get another hand through the chest. That shit is fucking hilarious. But before we go ahead and do our likes, I usually always give a summary based on these episodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a summary, and then Josh, if you want to add on to it at the end, and if you think I missed anything. Okay, Cell crashes Android 17 in Piccolo's fight, revealing that the androids don't know who he is. Piccolo tries to stop him, but fails. Android 16 steps in and almost beats Cell by ripping off his tail, but Cell regenerates and absorbs Android 17. He then goes after 18, but Tien stalls him until Goku saves Tien and Piccolo, saying they need one more day to prepare. Which, that right there is low-key some bullshit. Like, well, how you gonna jump into a fight to save your friends, and then when the motherfucker ready to fight you, hey, give us another day. We'll be ready to kick your ass. To me, that means you about to bring a gun. Like, why would I wait? Like, hell no.
Like, I'll fight you tomorrow. I just need to go get my bag out of my car.
Like, what? Okay. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Trunks finish training and go after Cell. Vegeta, now Super Vegeta, overpowers him. Cell taunts Vegeta, saying he'll be unbeatable in his perfect form. Krillin finds Android 18 and is supposed to shut her down, but destroys the remote instead because he likes her. He tells her to run, but Cell finds her anyway. Vegeta, wanting a challenge, lets Cell absorb 18. Now in his perfect form, Cell is stronger than ever. He kicks Krillin so hard he is nearly dead. Can the Z Fighters stop him on the next few episodes of Dragon Ball Z?
I don't believe they can.
Man, I can't wait. I know what's going to happen, low key, but I kind of just can't wait to see it because you get Vegeta so antsy to like get to fight, have this challenge. Because I guess he wants his Goku moment. Everybody wants the Goku moment. You save the world. Everybody is applauding you. Low key, I don't know. I really don't know how this would change like Vegeta's demeanor. Like if this would help him turn into the Vegeta we all know now, like to the point where he's like really a Z fighter, Bulma's best friend type thing. If he got this win over Cell and everybody was like, oh, you know what, you a protector of the world and all that shit, which I don't think so. I feel like he would have took that as, you know what, now I'm the strongest. Now let me go try to fight Goku, see how that goes. But then I guess at that point after that, it's like, is he gonna blow up the planet, blow up Earth? I don't think so. Just because he is fucking with Bulma and Trunks is kind of there. It's kind of like, I don't think he that evil to just blow up the whole planet. You know what I mean? But it's just...
No, but man, Vegeta is just it takes a lot to teach him a lesson, man. He's got to learn. He's got to learn it over and over and over again.
I mean, yeah, we literally seen it when he had to be taught that, you know, girls can fight too. When Android 18 fucked this shit up. So I guess he really taking a lot of that ass whooping from that and kind of carrying it over from this fight. Because he like, you know what, I'm about to show you what I'm about. And what's so crazy is he literally has the fight won. Like, I'm with Piccolo. Like, damn. Like, you literally had this. You literally caused the end to damn near the earth because you want to stroke your pride. You want to show everybody what you about. But then you get your ass whooped. Like, you don't even put up a fight. Then you got your son thinking he's stronger than you when you could have told him the whole time that was bullshit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he goes in there and get his ass whooped, which I do like the fact that they bring up a whole nother strategy and versus like strength versus speed and that thing. So sometimes I know a lot of people be like, Dragon Ball is just fist hitting and power moves. There's some strategy into what they're doing, and they're kind of showing you right here type of thing. So I thought that's
Most of the time, there's not strategy. But man, while we're talking about that, that is actually my biggest dislike from all this is that what they call it, like third grade Saiyan or whatever, where Trunks is super beefy and his hair's like wild and crazy and everywhere. I hate that. That is my least favorite part of all of this, the look of him.
Yeah, to me at first I used to call it like a berserker form, like Saiyan, but I don't know if I kind of like mix that in with Kefla when she kind of gets like that berserk like original Saiyan form, because that's what it kind of sort of looks like. But I don't know. I'm glad it's not that final form. Like if that wasn't like the Super Saiyan 2 thing, because man, that was crap. And I think right after they do it, Goku shows it to Gohan, and he was like, "Oh yes." And Gohan's freaking out. "Oh, you're gonna beat his ass!" And he's like, "Oh no, this ain't gonna do shit. This no." I was like, "Okay, that is fucking hilarious." But let's go ahead right into our likes and stuff. Oh, wait, before that, I got some funny moments I kind of want to talk about before we get there. First one, Android 17's quote, "I'll take care of the big monsters." That did not age well. I mean, literally, right after he says that, he literally started getting his ass whooped. Android 17 is kind of funny to me because he come off as one of those like villainous type of characters when he's fighting Piccolo. And then Cell comes, and then Cell kind of starts overpowering him. Then he starts kind of being like, "Oh, I'm part of the team. Come on, Piccolo, we got to beat him." Like,
he turns on a freaking dime. Like the second Piccolo stops Cell from absorbing him, he's just like, "Thanks, Piccolo. And now I'm one of the Z fighters. Let's do this." Like it's the most accelerated power of friendship Goku's ever been part of. Except Goku never meets him.
Which is crazy because he has this like whole like idea of love for Goku, I guess, from hearing him talk when he was talking against Cell, because he like recognizes that later on. "Oh, you're Goku." Like, oh, I'm like, okay, that's amazing. But I guess he also helps out with the spirit bomb too when he points the gun at the motherfuckers. Like, hold your hands up. Like, okay.
Give him all your energy now.
My next one.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but now that you say that, when he's doing that spirit bomb at the end of Boo, he's probably on that island. It's probably he's probably been working there for a while.
Low key, just working with the nature. I forget he a park ranger. That to me is such an interesting job. Like, but then you got to know if you hire him, he could probably take care of like 5 or 7 of them by himself. Like he don't need no help type of thing. So yeah, I'll give it to Android 7. I just think it's a huge jump from let's destroy the Earth, which I always say the androids never really. I don't even know if that was really their plan. It seemed like they were just on vacation, and then like they wanted to they'd fight you if they had, like, you know what I mean? But they wasn't really trying to blow nothing up. So I always felt like this timeline was always a little different from the future Trunks timeline.
Yeah.
For my next one is, if Piccolo didn't interfere but was given intel from the sidelines, do you think Cell would have gone after him too? So basically, and for this one, I'm like, so like when Cell first gets there, he goes right after the androids. Like he doesn't really pay attention to Piccolo. But then Piccolo is like, "Oh shit, he's coming after you motherfuckers." And then he tries to kind of jump in and interfere. And that's what it seemed like Cell kind of put his attention to him and start trying to fuck his shit up. Do you think if he would have not interfered physically in the fight, that Cell would have left him alone?
Yeah. I don't think Cell would have even thought about him.
Man, that's what I kept thinking. I was like, you might have could have been like, "Hey, run," or some shit. He probably would have been like, "Okay, now there's a little tag, but you actually jumping in. Oh, you must think you the superhero. You must be Goku." Like that's what I'm thinking. You want this ass whooping, and he hands it to Piccolo, and this is such a difference from the first time they interacted, where it looked like Piccolo could have actually whooped his ass. So now you get to the point where Cell then went to like probably 5 or 7 more islands and absorbed all the people and their souls and shit. I always think it's interesting when they show his how he powers up in his imperfect form, and you see like all the souls and stuff going around him and shit. I think that's when he's his most scary, to be honest with you, because it's like, oh shit, like he'll fuck your shit up for real. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. That's I second form Cell's my favorite form of Cell. He just looks so tough and raw and horrible. Like he looks like a bug in his first form. He looks like a real monster in his second form.
True.
He's
And
way too handsome when he's perfect.
which I always thought was funny because it makes me think like Toriyama always like created like, okay, a weird looking first form, then you use some bulky forms in the middle, then he gives you like this perfect pristine last final form, and that's between, I guess, the last Frieza, Cell, and I guess you can also kind of say Boo, low key. Like they all go through all these forms to get to this like pristine type of smaller form that you like, okay, that doesn't look like that's gonna be a problem, but then that ended up being the most major problem that you can ever deal with. Because I remember first time when we first see Frieza gets into his final form, I think it's Vegeta or Krillin that's like, is that it? Is that really what you turned into? And then Piccolo has to be like, "Oh, don't let that fucking don't let his appearance disguise you, because that motherfucker's stronger than a mother."
Yeah.
So it's
like you can still sense power, dude. You know what's going on. Shut your mouth. You're gonna end up dead.
And then what I think is most really funny or really like artistic is how they show Cell when he's getting to his most powerful form, and like you see all these natural disasters happening around him and shit, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, god damn. And then when Future Trunks try to run in and stop it, and then it's like this like monster come out of the auras like "Rawr," and kind of pushes him back. It's fucking crazy, man. I've always been a Dragon Ball fan. Let's go ahead and jump into our likes. I'll let you go ahead. What's your first one?
Number one, my favorite moment, we already talked about it, but we'll talk about it again, it was Tien.
Okay.
Tien just drilling Cell into the ground over and over again, like knowing that he can't stop him. He can't hurt him. All he can do is buy a little time. But he did it, man.
Yeah. I think what makes the scene really cool though is like he has this moment when he thinks back of Goku and he's like, if Goku was here, he would do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, type of thing. So it just shows you how much of influence that Goku has been over the Z fighters and everything. And I like the fact that, I mean, when they're on the island and he's watching Piccolo kind of get like destroyed and everything, which I will say, it seemed like only the Sun family care about Piccolo. Cause it seemed like them motherfuckers was ready to jump out and go get this motherfucker. Everybody else is just looking around, like, type of thing. So it's just like, I don't know, man. But
We talked about earlier how hard-headed Vegeta is. Tien's no different, man.
true.
Like anyone who joined the Z fighters after him, he doesn't care about. They started as bad guys. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that he started as a bad guy. He's better than them, and he's not going to deal with them.
What I think is funny is you calling him a hard ass is basically Master Roshi basically trying to tell him, hey, y'all need to stay here. This too much for y'all. Y'all need to wait till Goku come. And Tien like, nah, I can't just sit here. I gotta do something. And then he goes in there and gets fucked up. And I mean, Krillin goes to go get the remote from Bulma. And then this kind of goes into my first like, because I think this is funny. I like that Chi points out that it would be smart enough for them to just fly and go get the remote from Bulma. That would be so much faster than wait for her to come here, you get the remote, and then go over there. And what makes it really funny to me is how Krillin like fucking answer her back, like, "Oh, thanks, Einstein." Like, okay, now you gotta be an asshole, like type shit. Like,
no one has ever called you the brains of the group, Krillin. Just listen to instructions and do it.
Man, yeah, act like taking a little advice from a non-fighter is gonna hurt your reputation. You know what I mean? Like, she been about that life, and if you think about it, her family the one that's really doing the shit. So yeah, she'll take a second to listen to what she got to say, man. Especially you, Krillin, because you like almost the least like Z fighter. from a lot of different people's opinions, and you just going down the list. Like, gee,
Yeah, and you know what? If Bulma had said it, he would have jumped right on it.
man, I, I, I don't know what it was with that, but I do like in that moment, because we always get moments with Chi Chi always being like almost a bitch, you know what I mean, kind of taking her son away from the situation and arguing with the Z fighters. For her to actually give out some actual good advice in a moment, and y'all still treat her like, damn, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, it's crazy. Like I feel for her. It's like there's no way she can win in these situations. But jumping into what's your your number two?
Next, second form Cell. No, we talked about that already, but he's my favorite form of Cell. He just looks like he's there to terrorize everyone. Like, he doesn't look elegant. He doesn't look primordial. He reminds me of like a horror movie villain.
True. I do like how he gets more like Chadley. You know what I mean? So it gets more muscles and stuff.
He reminds me of like Jason whenever he gets his mask ripped off in the movies. Just big and gross.
I can feel that. I can feel that. What I think is crazy is how like it don't seem like it's that big of a power increase from his first form to the second form. Yes, he gets to like dominate over 17 and kind of a little bit over Android 16 and stuff like that. But when he's like competing against Vegeta and just his normal Super Saiyan form and stuff like that, he's able to keep up with him pretty much. And it's not until like Vegeta really transform up a little bit higher that it gets to a point where he can't even do nothing with him. So it's just like, dang, it's crazy how you can just go to this form and kind of get to like above Super Saiyan. Now you absorb Android 18. Now you're like the strongest motherfucker in the universe. Because even Namek's like, damn, we can feel his energy from here. And that's fucking crazy right there, man.
Well, that's new Namek, so maybe it's closer than we think.
That's true. And I like to tell people, before there was a Beerus, Cell was literally considered the god of destruction. I think that's literally the name of the episode where he actually transformed or done transforming. So it's like, god dang. Whew. For my second, like, I have to say, I like the moment where Cell kind of blows the hole through Piccolo's chest. And it's fucking crazy, man. To me, it just shows how hardcore fucking Cell is and how he was just on it. He was like, I'm about to absorb these androids, and I don't give a fuck who's in my way. And to see our green man get treated like an afterthought after he tried to hit him with his biggest blast, and even Android 17 think it's over. Like, yo, he got him. So Android 16, like, oh hell no, nah, nigga, y'all better get to running. Because
Yeah.
is he the only person that can sense him? Like, like what the fuck? Like, you think? I guess Piccolo sort of knew too, because his
I think
face
Piccolo knew he just couldn't do much because he was so worn out from it.
Man,
I can't imagine shooting an energy blast feels good afterwards. Probably pretty draining.
I think what makes it worse is Cell's slow walk up to come kill his ass when he comes out the water, just walking up to his ass, all slow and shit, and you just see a Piccolo face like, oh shit, like it's over. I thought Imperfect Cell low key has better like moments where it looked like he about to actually destroy motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Where I think the second form kind of comes more as a joke towards the end until he kind of transform into his perfect form type of thing. But man, that Imperfect Cell, whew, I can see why the regular people was afraid of him. Like, he looked like a real giant cicada looking motherfucker. Like, that scared the shit out of me too.
Bugs are scary, man.
Going to my third one, I'm gonna do mine, then let you go. Android 16 walking into the fight against Imperfect Cell before he absorbed 17. I like that part because it just kind of showed how cool he was. We all was sitting back trying to think like, how strong is Android 16? You know what I mean? Is he actually going to do anything? Because a lot of these moments when the androids are fighting, and this man is literally on the sideline playing with butterflies and birds and got like, nice little quotes, Christian quotes. You like, oh man, what is he about? Until he actually gets into the fight and actually starts fighting Cell, it's like, oh shit, so this is how much you've been holding back, to the point where Cell kind of catches him slipping and hits him with the tail on the neck, and he just laughing at his ass like, I ain't like these other motherfuckers. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what you thought this was. And I thought that was crazy because the fact that they see him as an older model, like not even at on their level of like addition type of thing, but he's still able to fight them like it ain't no problem. Yeah.
So that's actually my number 3 as well. Just the whole 16 revealing how much more powerful he is than 17, and then kicking Cell's ass for a while.
Man, it's so crazy to me because you like Android 17 is talking all this shit, like I'm the strongest Android and all this shit. And then it's like, y'all not sense what this motherfucker was?
No,
And
they
then
can't sense power levels, remember?
I guess Android 16 can, because it seems like it's been moments where he's
Yeah, he
like,
can.
ooh, it
But
look
I
like
also
it might be a problem over there type of shit. Like,
he's like by my calculations, me and Cell have the same amount of power. They're equal. He's not better than Cell, but he's equal.
man. And then it's like, okay, so what, like, are you able to tap into what his full potential is and everything? So I guess it took him that long watching everybody get their ass whooped for him to be like, you know what? I think we're about the same. Like, you know what I mean? Let me go ahead and jump in here real quick until his calculations weren't all the way correct. And then, Cell kind of takes over that fight a little bit and gets to be able to absorb Android 17 and everything. But I like the fact that he was able to hold him off for a minute, and the fact that he gets yet to be able to get used later on, type of thing.
Yeah. I want to throw in here. I already said what I didn't like, but another thing I didn't like was Goku up on the tower being like, "We can't save Piccolo. You can teleport, motherfucker. You could go grab him before Cell realizes you were there. What do you mean you can't save him?"
Well, I do agree because I think it's crazy to the fact that he literally punches Gohan and like knocks him out of the air to not save Piccolo. To I guess Tien gets in the same situation and he's like, you know what? I can't even pretend like this ain't my best friend. Like, you know what I mean? And he just fucking goes. I like the fact that he still picks up Piccolo, like Piccolo's still alive type shit, where if Piccolo would have died, it's kind of like, damn, Goku, you really chose one life over the other right there. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing. But I guess to Goku, it's like, if we don't need the Dragon Balls, Piccolo's
Yeah.
just another motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, what am I risking my life to save him for?
It's like grade school, man. Piccolo was the one friend who had the PlayStation. You didn't really like him, but he had a PlayStation, so
And then once your ass get a PlayStation, you start to realize you didn't really like going over Piccolo's house that much.
no.
Man, I can play whatever games I want at my house. Going to my fourth one. I'm gonna let you go with your fourth one first, and then I'll go.
So it was Trunks not quite going grade 3 Super Saiyan. That particular look when he's got the Saiyan armor and he's powered up to Super Saiyan and his hair is like a shield.
Mm-hmm.
It's just out in front of him in all those directions and he's got the ponytail. That is the coolest look in all of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. To be honest, I just like seeing him kind of watching the fight, watching his father kind of like fight Cell, because it's kind of like seeing somebody like, you know what, kind of admiration for their father, because a lot of the younger Saiyans, a lot of people talk about how their fathers treat them. They all respect their fathers. Like, I don't know what people be seeing or what like anime they be watching, because I'd be like, Gohan respects Goku way more than he respects Piccolo. Like I don't like I don't know what people be seeing when they be like, oh, that's his real daddy. I'm like, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Like the emotional attachment he has with Goku is way different than what he has with Piccolo. Then when I mean with Trunks, I mean we literally see when he's training him in Super Saiyan, he punched the shit out of fucking Trunks. Like it was nothing. But I mean Trunks still later on in the Boo arc talking about my dad's stronger than your dad. What the fuck you talking about? Like, and we're all like, what? We all would go to like, Gohan said my dad's the strongest in the universe. Like type shit. Which I always felt like a good comeback to be like, but he's dead. You know? Like, but that's just my opinion on that type thing. For my fourth one, I have to say, there's a moment where they go into the hyperbolic chamber, and you hear, and Goku is talking to Gohan, and Goku literally tells Gohan that he wants him to become stronger than him. So everybody that be like, it comes out of nowhere that Gohan gets this magical type of power boost at the end of their chamber training and shit. It's not. Like Goku literally states from in the beginning of the whole thing that he wants to make him stronger than him type shit. So it's like I don't know why people are so confused when it actually happens type shit.
There are so many times where Gohan gets a magical power boost. This is not one of them. He trains every day for a year.
Yes, like low key.
He deserves some credit for that.
And I think he does the training way better than Trunks, because when Trunks first get in there, he act like he can't the room too much for him. Like I've never been in a room like this. This is I'm like I hate that breakdown when they do that with Trunks. I'm like you're so much older. Like this should not be such a breakdown to you. To when Gohan gets in there, it's not even like an afterthought. It's like one moment.
Gohan mentions it, but Gohan has Goku there to support him. Trunks does not exactly have a great support system in the hyperbolic time chamber.
I'll give you that. Where Vegeta Vegeta and Trunks were probably more alone and separate in their training. Goku was literally trying to keep Gohan within range and telling him in the beginning, like, hey, don't go out there too far. You fuck around and never come back.
You get lost. I'll never find you. Big place, over. Dude.
Man. But I think it is funny though, because they both families have different interactions when they're in the hyperbolic chamber. To the fact that Gohan and Goku, they talk about they couldn't even cook for that whole year. They literally burning food and couldn't wait to fucking get out of there to eat. Where Vegeta and Trunks don't have that problem, which make me wonder if they were just like chefing it up in that bitch. Like when they not arguing, they like actually in there cooking. Like Vegeta like a low key like Gordon Ramsay in this bitch.
Well, Vegeta loves ramen. We know that. But you got to think Trunks has got to have some skill. I mean, he spends a lot of time out on the field. He might not be gourmet, but maybe he knows a thing or two.
You know, I can make something. I can't be totally useless in here. Moving on to oh, did you do your fourth one? Yeah, you went first.
Yeah.
Moving on to my fifth one. Vegeta turning his back on Cell was badass. And him answering Cell how he got so strong, and he's basically like, oh yeah, by drinking a lot of juice and doing a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups. I was like, you know what? When Vegeta gets to be the arrogant one, he takes that shit up times 10. He do not fucking play, bro. That shit is fucking hilarious, man. And I like it. Because it's like moments where you kind of want to see the cocky Vegeta. Because cocky Vegeta is one of the best characters out here, especially just some of the quotables. I like the one where he goes against Goku Black and he was like, let me tell you your miscalculation. And basically was like, you stole a Saiyan body, but you did something. So it's a whole lot to it. But one of my favorite quotes from Vegeta. And I just like the moments where you get to see they're saying heritage kind of take over. And you kind of really see it more in Vegeta and Gohan when they kind of just allow their saying like powers to kind of take over and they become super arrogant. Like they do not fuck around. Where Goku low key is arrogant is in his fighting low key, but you just don't see it prominently taking over as much as you do them. What's your fifth one?
I agree. My fifth one's pretty similar. I like when Vegeta gets cocky and he just punks out Cell. But I like one thing in particular is like when he's doing that, he's like, you know who's also pretty good? My son.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like my son could also beat you. There he is over there.
Which is so crazy because it seems like he comes out of there now. He has his whole respect for his son now, low key. And it was like, if you somehow were able to get past me, you would have had to go through Trunks, and you wouldn't be able to do that. And to the point where I guess Trunks trying to stop Cell from absorbing 18, and he's like, oh shit, yeah, he's just like me. Okay. Then when I guess they get into that little fight, and then he like busts Vegeta up in the mouth, then he's like, oh, okay. But he's on the wrong side. He's trying to go fight him on that bullshit. But it do seem like he did get a little bit more respect from after the training they did and everything, to the point where I guess Trunks was about to talk to Goku and kind of tell him how strong he is, and he like, don't tell nobody what the fuck we did in there. That's classified till we die type shit. Which is
Like, we're not
funny.
a team. Trunks is like, I'm almost positive we are.
Bruh. And then when Goku gets out of there, and it's kind of just a whole different type of atmosphere, man. That's why I say, okay, we see the Saiyan nature takes out and like Gohan and Goku. I mean, and Vegeta, but when Goku come out of there and he like, yeah, I'm way stronger than you, motherfucker. You might want to go back in there. Goku just got it in him through every day. You know what
I love that too. And you know, Vegeta's like, we'll go in for one more day, then you guys can go. And Goku's like, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're gonna train out here, but you guys, y'all can stand to take a few more days.
Take our days. You know what's stupid about that though? He comes out, right? And Goku's Super Saiyan. Goku and Gohan stay Super Saiyan all the time. And yet Vegeta doesn't try to learn to do that.
And then he says it was a genius idea. Like, he gives him props for it and everything. He was like, that was fucking ingenious. Now they don't have to worry about powering up and going into the Saiyan form because they're already powered up. Which is funny because I guess Trunks is the one that talks about powering up. And he's like, dumbass, they don't need to power up because they already powered up. Like, Jesus. Which just makes you feel like Trunks, it's taking him a long time to learn this fighting shit. You know what I mean? It's
But to be fair, he did not get a ton of training in the future. Gohan died pretty quick.
Yeah, and we don't even know how much training that Gohan had. You know what I mean? Like, whew.
Yeah.
And you got any more likes before we wrap up on likes?
No, that was it.
I got one more that I'm gonna give out real quick, and it's basically kind of covering the last few episodes. But I like anytime we kind of see the solar flare being used, and it actually
the solar flare. I forgot the solar flare, man. It's so good.
Every time it get utilized, it gets the job done. You know what I mean? So Cell utilizing it and basically catching everybody off guard to be able to absorb 18 was fucking genius. You know what I mean? You got Future Trunks coming after you, Vegeta going after Future Trunks, Krillin jumps in front of Android 18 trying to protect her. He fly swats Krillin. Like, Android 18 coming up rumbling, he dodging her, got the tail coming, and I will say the weirdest thing about all of this is how he has to absorb these androids, because that shit right there is fucking. I don't know what kind of sexual type of thing that is, but just watching them just get suction up, it's just so weird to me.
And making those noises.
It's like so weird,
especially 18 when they're moaning while she's getting absorbed. Like, yeah, we didn't need that.
And then it gets faster at the end. What the hell is this? It's just a lot going on. But I think what makes the whole thing come together is you got Krillin after he sees Cell in his perfect form. He's all angry. He's mad that, the love of his life just got absorbed by 18, which is crazy, that love of your life, and y'all only met for like maybe 5 minutes or 1 minute that you're using that little moment.
A week ago.
Like, that one little kiss did this to you. It makes you like wonder how all his other relationships, how they started. Was it just a high Krillin and then y'all in a relationship? like what did Mirren do? Like, that's probably why Mirren was so like not really like going on, because you're like, I don't even know what I did to make him think I like him type shit. Like, but him getting all intense and then going after Cell, and then Cell not even paying him no attention, just monologuing in his head in his perfect form, till Krillin jumps back. Future Trunks try to go in there and do a little something, can't do nothing, throws a Destructo Disc. And let me tell you something about these Destructo Discs, because we've seen these Destructo Discs, cut off the tail of Frieza. Another big baddie, you know what I mean? So we've seen these things be able to do something that Krillin normally wouldn't be able to do. So to see this actually bounce off of Cell's neck, and you just see how destroyed Krillin is, to the point where he literally takes that moment and kicks the shit out of fucking Krillin. And the episode ends with just Future Trunks like, no! no, like Jesus, because he looks like he killed him.
Dude, it's the Destructo Disc was a big deal, man. Think about in the past, it was the closest thing he had to an equalizer. Like, when Frieza was telling his dudes to be careful of the Destructo Disc, you knew that was a big deal.
Yep.
But like, man, it's just the power gap is insurmountable at this point. If you're hitting him bang on the friggin' back of the neck, and he's not even denting him.
Yeah. Because one moment I really remember the Destructo Disc is when he was about to hit Nappa with it, and you got Vegeta like, "Hey, move! Don't let that touch you!" type shit. Because it just showed you how much of an equalizer that weapon was, and because they were way stronger than him. So it always makes me wonder if it's like the more energy you concentrate into it, does that make it more stronger? Because you do get different versions of the Destructo Disc. Because even Frieza has a version that Cell uses later on that you kind of get to see that version. But that one's, I think, for instance, is a little bit better because you can kind of control them and shit like that. But other than that, it's like, well,
it didn't work too well for Frieza, but yeah.
I don't think it really worked that well for Cell either, type shit. Now moving on to my dislike. I think I kind of already talked about it. It was basically Trunks' monologue in the chamber, but I'm gonna also give my second one. It's a moment you kind of get with Gohan, and it's have him with him and Goku are in the chamber, and they're kind of fighting. And there's a moment I guess it looks like Goku's about to punch him, and Gohan looks like he's like terrified, like, "No, Dad, don't do that." And then like right after that, he kind of gets into like this, "Oh, you gotta be harder on me. You can't be weak." But I'm like, didn't you literally act like he was about to kill you 10 seconds ago? Like, where is this whole
powering, man? What are you?
I don't know. And then he hits him with, Piccolo is right. You can't train me. You're too soft. I'm like, man, you wasn't just saying that like 10 seconds ago. I should have punched your ass just to see how your ass would have reacted. Because, man, you done got super hype. Super hype, man. You got any more dislikes?
No, man. I thought it was pretty solid. Of course, we only watched 10 episodes, so
yeah,
there wasn't a lot going on. And it was, I'm always a big fan of Second Form Cell, and this is all we get of him. So,
yeah, that's pretty much the whole transition of him basically becoming to the perfect form. We didn't get to really see him fight Vegeta or anything like that, or kind of really show more out in his perfect form, because the next 10 episodes are going to be pretty good. I hope we kind of get into the Cell games. I don't know what the next 10 episodes end at type thing. I'm hoping we end with the end of the Saiyan fighters fighting Cell, because I always find that to be a little funny, comical little bit that they do with the sound Hercule, his little fighters come in. Damn, I wish I could remember their names off the top of my head, but I cannot. Coroni? Is Coroni one?
I don't remember at all, man.
If that's one, you guys gotta give me my props. If not, I didn't say that shit. But I think that basically ends our episode, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
No, I'm good. We covered it all, man. Congrats to us.
And with that, we end today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys go back and rewatch these episodes that we just watched and let us know what you think. We didn't give a rating. What would you give a rating real quick on these 10 episodes? 1 out of 5.
With 5 being the highest?
Yep.
I give all of Dragon Ball a 5.
Okay.
Everything gets 5 across the board for me.
I would give these probably 5 too. It is on a cliffhanger. You get to see some nice power ups and stuff like that. Even get to see a nice Vegeta moments, nice Trunk moments. Even Krillin gets to be a dumbass. So sometimes that's cool, depending on how you like about Krillin. But I'm always in the situation where I feel about Krillin sometimes the same way Vegeta feel about Krillin, because Vegeta. It didn't seem like Vegeta cared that he got kicked. Like, he just was happy that Cell got stronger.
Yeah.
I found it like hilarious.
Vegeta had his own stuff going on. Put it that way.
But before we wrap up, I just want to allow Josh to basically plug himself and allow you guys to know where you can reach him at.
Check us out, Dad's Anime Stash, YouTube, Facebook. We post on YouTube every week. We post on Facebook if it links up. But yeah, that's it.
All right, if you guys
Well,
like Digimon, check them out. I will have links posted below. And with that, I just want to say, peace!
peace.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.